Hi everyone, this is the solution to 3.7 cooldown. So we're supposed to find the solutions to each of the radical equations, and if there is no solution, write no solution. So the first equation was principal square root of x plus 2 equals 5. So the first step here, let me rewrite this equation down here. So square root of x plus 2 equals 5. So the first step, we want to cancel out that radical. So what we're going to do is square both sides. Okay, it gets rid of the radical. The opposite of a square root is squared. Right, so we have to do it both sides. So what we have left on the right is x plus 2. And then on the left, it's 5 squared, which is 25. Okay, and then just a one-step equation, we subtract 2 on both sides to cancel out that positive 2. And so all we have left is x equals 25 minus 2, which is 23. Okay, so you should have entered x equals 23 as your solution. And we can plug it back in here, right? If you plug in 23 into x, 23 plus 2 is 25, and square root of 5 is indeed 5. So it does check out. Okay, number 2, it's principal square root of y minus a equals -1. Okay, so this one, let's just begin to solve it to see what it looks like. So if I square both sides, if I use that same method to cancel out the radical, I'm going to have y minus 8 on the left, and then on the right, -1 squared, that's -1 times -1, right, which is just +1. Okay, and then plus 8 on both sides to cancel out -8. So what I'm left with is y equals 1 plus 8, that's 9. Okay, so maybe you entered 9 as the solution, okay, but you got to be careful. You should always check your solution, or there's certain things in an equation that should sort of alert you that there probably isn't a solution. So let's plug it in to the original equation. Okay, I'm going to plug in 9. So square root of, say, equals -1. This is the original equation. Instead of x, I'm plugging in the 9 that we found as the solution, right? So let's simplify to see if we get -1. So 9 minus 8, that's 1. So I have square root of 1 equals -1. Now, does the square root of 1 equal -1? No, the square root of 1 is 1. So as you can see here, these two sides are not equal to each other. So the solution, even though we got the solution y equals 9, okay, it's not actually a solution because when we plug it in, it doesn't make a true statement, okay? And that's because the square root of an expression cannot equal a negative value, okay? So that right from the start, when you see that negative result from a radical, that should tell you there is no solution. Okay, but if you forget that, when you're solving a radical equation, just make sure you check your solution, plug it back in, and if it doesn't make a true statement, then there's no solution.